let's move on now to a new exercise. Now first let's understand these terms before we begin with the exercise. Now this is in decimals itself. Now we have in decimals, there are two terms you need to understand. Terminating decimals and recurring decimals. We have the definition there. In terminating decimals, if a decimal contains only finite numbers, okay, let's come to that later, means after you divide, you get a decimal and you get fixed places, a fixed number, finite number of decimal places, then it is called as a terminating decimal. Now what do I mean by that? For example, we have 13 upon 4. Let's divide. 13.000. You can add the number of zeros as many as you want. Let me take 4 here. Now I know 4 2s are 8, 4 3s are 12. 3 minus 2 is 1. I put my decimal point, I bring 0, 4 2s are 8. You borrow, you get 2. Let's bring 0 down. 4 5s are 20, 0. So my answer is 3.25. It is fixed, you know, because your remainder is 0. So remember, in terminating decimals, your remainder becomes 0. You get a fixed number, 3.25. Now, let's try to understand what recurring, to recur. I'm sure you have used this word or heard this word before in your chemistry class. To recur, to repeat. So here, the decimal number repeats continuously. Now what do I mean by that? I have 8 upon 3. Let's take 8.000 and let's divide it with 3. So I have 3 2s are 6. 2. Let me bring 0 down. 3 6 are 18. You borrow again, you get your 2. Let me bring 0. 3 6 are 18. And the number keeps repeating. Now, did you understand the difference, children? Here, my remainder was 0. I got a fixed number. But here, I do not get. So, my answer here goes is 2.66. Any more number of times also I divide, I'm going to get the same thing. So, 2.66, we write the number after the decimal which recurs. We use a bar or we put a line. So, it is 2.6 bar, which means it is a recurring decimal. I hope you have understood now what you know what decimals are, and in decimals we have two kinds of decimals, terminating and recurring. Terminating, finite number of decimal places, fixed, your remainder will go 0, whereas in recurring the number repeats. So as many times the number repeats, you don't have to repeat the number. You just write 2.6 and you put a bar. For example, if you have say two numbers, say for example, if I get something as 3.1616, you don't have to keep writing it. Just write 3.16 bar. Now, I have put it on both the numbers, decimal numbers, because I know that means this number keeps repeating. Okay, now let me do another example of recurring numbers, because I am sure you have understood finite, terminating numbers. Express 5 upon 11 as a recurring number. Children, please do not make this mistake. Many of you tend to put the smaller number out and the bigger number inside. Many of you tend to do this. 5 divided by 11. Please be careful. Always remember the numerator n goes in and the denominator is your divisor. So now 5 upon 11 or say 5 divided by 11. This is how you're going to do it. Now, I know my table of 11. So it doesn't go in 5. 11 zeros are 0. So I take 5 point. Let me bring 0 down. 11 fours are 44. For 1, 4, 5. I get 6. Let's bring 0. 11 fives are 55. Borrow 1, 5, 6. So I get 5 here. 0. Again. 11 fours are 44. 6. And again 0. Now children, if you notice, there is a repeating pattern. 11 fives are 55. So did you understand? So what is my answer here? I get 0.4545. It is this number which repeats. I needn't write it again and again. All I need to do is 0.45 bar. Have you understood? Now let's move on to another topic. Now, you have already understood terminating and recurring decimals. In terminating, there's a stop. You finish, your remainder comes as 0. In recurring, you have noticed either one decimal number repeats or maybe 2 at a time, and you know you need to put a bar. Now, in recurring decimals, children, again, we have two kinds. We have a pure decimal and we have a mixed recurring decimal. We have a mixed recurring decimal. In your pure decimal, all the digits in the decimal you will see repeat. Now what do I mean by this? It is 0.3 bar. So 0.333. After the decimal, the number repeats. Even if you take here 0.43 bar. So that means after the decimal, immediately your numbers repeat. 0.4343. In mixed recurring decimal, this isn't the same. Some of the digits only will repeat. What do I mean by this? Now, 0.63 bar. So, after the decimal, the numbers don't repeat. It is after the first decimal number I am finding it here. So, it's 0.633333. So, this is called as mixed recurring decimal. Like here, 0.4474747. So, this is called as mixed recurring decimals. Let's work out some examples in this. From your exercise 4E, I'm not going to do question 1 because children, that's simple. You know how to divide into, express each of the following as a recurring decimal. You know how to do, but be careful. I have told you that the denominator always is outside of your division and your numerator n goes inside. That is your dividend. Please remember. Don't make that mistake. Now, in exercise 4E, question 2 says convert each of the following into a vulgar fraction. In a vulgar fraction, children, what we do is, wherever you have a repeating number, there we convert this into such a fraction where the bar turns into 9. Like for example, I have 0.6 bar. So this becomes 6 upon where there is a bar, that in the denominator becomes 9. Have you understood? Now let's reduce it. 3 2s are 6, 3 3s are 9. Try another. I said wherever there is a bar in your denominator, these two will become 9. So I have 34 upon 9. So there is 34 upon 99. Sorry, I cannot reduce here. So I leave it as it is. Here what do? I have 2.13 bar. So this becomes 213 upon 99. Have you all understood? If you do it this way, it's more than enough. Wherever you can reduce, please reduce it. Understood? Now let's move on to the next question. Similar, again we have converted each of the following into a vulgar fraction But now, see, these are mixed numbers, so mixed decimal fractions. So 0.16 bar. How do I do this? Now I've told you, wherever there is a bar, we put a 0. First, take the whole number full. What is that? I have 16. So take 16 minus. Wherever there is a bar, children, put your hand. What is left? 1. So I put 1 upon. Now, what did I tell you? Wherever there is a bar, that number, now we are talking about the denominator, remember. So wherever there is a bar, this becomes 9. And this becomes 0. Where there is no bar, after this, that number becomes 0. So what do I get? 15 upon 90. Right? You can reduce this, so you get 15 ones are 15 6. Now, you will tell me how we do this. The next one. This is also from your textbook. This is the third one. First, what do? We take the whole number. So, what do I get? 5. Yes, tell me. 574. Now, minus, when you minus, I told you, cover the bar. What is remaining? 57. So, let's put 57 upon, I told you, 900. Why 9? Because I have a bar here. So 900. 900. So when I subtract 574 minus 57, what do I get? I get it as 517. 517 upon 900. Is it clear? Now, let's try one more sum. Now, you will tell me how to do it. Take your time and tell me. What do we do first? First, we take the entire number. So, what's that? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes? Then what do we do? Minus. When I minus, what did I say? Put your hand. Is it bar 3, 4? Yes, it is bar 3, 4. So, put your hand on the bar. What's remaining? 12 upon 9900. 9900. Is it clear? Have you all understood? Okay, then what do we do? 1, 2, 3, 4 minus 12. 2, 2, 1, 2. So I get 1, 2, 2, 2 upon 9900. You can reduce this. 2, 6 are 12. 2 1s are 2, 2 1s are 2. 2 4s are 8, 9. 2 9s are 18, 19. 2 5s are 10, 0. So, as long as you can reduce it or you can leave it as it is. So, I'm sure by now you've understood how to convert into Waldorf fractions. Let's move on to another small exercise, and with this I will wind up with decimals. Alright, now exercise 4F. Let me do the examples directly from your exercise itself. I've picked out this. Round off. Now we are rounding off. We are getting it to just a number which is maybe a one number bigger than what you have. Like for example, when you say you have got say 19 and a half and I say round it off. So that would become 20, right? Or out of 100 when you say you have got say 70 and a half. So 70 and a half would be 71, that way. So 0.5 makes a difference. Always remember this, children. 0.5 and above the number before becomes plus 1. Now what am I talking about? Let's see. Now they've said here, round off each of the following to the nearest whole number. Here 87 is your whole number. Here 65 is your whole number. Here 98 is your whole number. And here 60. Correct? Now we need to round off. How do we do that? Check the number before that. Check the number after the decimal. Like for example, this is my whole number 87 and I have 4 here. I just told you when you round off, if it is 5 and more, 5 and more, then let's add plus 1 to the previous number. Now here I have 87.4. This isn't 5. So I leave it as 87. This is my whole number here. Is it clear? Now let's come here. I have 65.8. This is the number. And after the decimal, I have got 8. Now 8 is more than 5. So what did I tell you, children? Put plus 1. So this becomes 66. Now this is exactly what we mean by rounding off the whole number. This is 65.8 more than 5. So this becomes 66. Let's come here. I have 98. And what do we have here? 5 more. Again 5 and more than 5. So plus 1. This becomes 99. Now here I have 60. After the decimal it is 0.2. Less than 5. So this remains 60. Is it clear? We'll work out another few examples. When you say round off with sums like this, that was whole numbers that we did. Now 6.342 correct to 2 decimals. Now I have here a decimal number 1, 2. I need to correct from here. So check, children, what you have here. This is less than 5. So when I have to correct, my answer will remain as 6.34. Is that clear? Have you understood? Now next, another example is 3.157 to the nearest tenth. It doesn't matter. Here they said 2 decimals. Here they have mentioned the place value. To the nearest tenth. So this is my tenth, my 100th, my 1000th. So this is my tenth. Right? So I have 3 point. Now let's see. Now this is 5. Correct to the nearest tenth. So this is my tenth. Now this is 5. That means I can add plus 1. Right? 5 and more. So this becomes 3.2. Did you understand, children? With this, I wind up with the chapter decimals. We do not do exercise 4G. Please do not do it in your notebook. Finish till here. If you have any doubts, you can always contact me.